This is Dan Ferrisi, editor with Sound and Communications Magazine. Happy to be joined by Joshua Curlett, CEO of Sound Productions. Thanks for joining me, Joshua.
Thanks, Dan. Glad to be here.
I really appreciate you taking the time, especially in such a crazy period as we're in. My first question has to do with Sound Productions in particular, with stay-at-home orders, mandatory business closures, things of that nature. How have Sound Productions operations been affected? Is everyone on the team working from home? Do you have some people in your facilities? I believe you're located in Texas. So how are things operating as far as day-to-day business functions?
Sure. Yeah, part of our disaster recovery plan that we had put together years ago, we created technology that would allow for us to quickly scale everybody from home if necessary or offsite. So that's been really beneficial. So we're able to get everybody comfortably and safely at home as quickly as possible. We do have some essential staff, our warehouse team, as well as some of our accounting team that still comes in. We wanted to comply with all the federal and the local guidelines. So we worked with Dallas County, which we're in, to make sure that we're compliant. But we've been deemed a critical infrastructure business, an essential business. So that's been really important for us to make sure that as we've gone through that, we've done different things throughout the day where some of our team, we have a safety captain and we'll go through and do Lysol on the doorknobs or other things throughout the day. We also have, sanitation stations and a lot of other things. So everybody's health is very, very important to us, but we've been able to transition very, very well because of the quality leaders that we have, and they were able to do that with each of their teams.
In terms of your customers, your clients, people who depend on Sound Productions, has there been any diminution in your ability to serve them, to get them products, to provide services to them? Has there been any diminution in the level of service that they're accustomed to?
For us, again, we've been really, blessed with some very smart leaders that put the appropriate technology in place. So from a customer service aspect, I feel like they're from a lot of our customers are able to get the same or better because we do have some additional time since some of our customers aren't able to purchase right now. But from the distribution capabilities, there's been no lag at all. We've because of our classification as well as the great men and women who are working in the distribution channels through UPS and FedEx and 3PL have been able to consistently go with all the same standards that we had before.
That's fantastic. In terms of any kind of stimulus benefit that you might get, obviously we're all familiar with what passed, the $2 trillion package a couple of weeks ago. They're talking about perhaps additional small business and business benefits going forward. Have you looked into that and whether it could benefit Sound Productions? Are there other economic or fiscal or financial steps you're taking to mitigate any damage that might take place?
Yeah. I think part of it is, just as a business owner and for people that are within the industry, just being aware that this is a tough time and there are a lot of things going on. We've had the opportunity to have no debt as an organization coming into this pandemic. So that's been really nice to be a successful business with enough reserves that we didn't have to make any knee-jerk changes. Some people, because of where they serve within the market, did have to make some very quick changes. But for us, we absolutely are investigating every opportunity that's available. Anything we can do to make sure that we take care of our team as well as our customers is extremely important. So we've investigated the payroll protection program and plan to participate fully in that. We looked at some of the other programs and anything that's appropriate for us to take advantage to be able to consistently supply our customers is going to be something we're going to participate in. I would encourage everybody to speak with your local professional, if it's your CPA or if it's your lawyer. Small Business Administration has a lot of good information. To me, it's important that as this change and the ever-changing information and facts of what's going on, that people reach out and get good information, because our industry, and I've said it multiple times, our industry is full of very, very, very special people. And we, in my opinion, are on the front lines of a lot of it. We are in many ways part of that hospitality industry through the hotels or the service through events or productions. And so for me, we equally have been hit hard where many of our great customers, these production companies, have not had any gigs to be able to work on. what I would say is wherever we can participate, wherever we can get the government assistance, I think is a great thing. So that way, when the economy slowly is able to reopen per the guidelines of our government and the CDC, then we're still able to serve at a high level. I know there's a huge pent up demand for people that are going to want to be social and be together. What we do as an industry, I believe, is in the DNA where it comes to music or other things. So again, just circling back to, I really would encourage everybody to reach out and take advantage of those programs so that way we have a great and thriving group of businesses ready to serve when our customers come back.
Absolutely. That's what they're there for. They're there to be taken advantage of and to try to maximize the benefit they can deliver. So as a prominent member, both organizationally and personally, of the AV family, of the AV community, do you have any words of wisdom or words of advice, other than those you just shared, obviously, for your peers, for your partners, associates? Because this is obviously, as everyone knows, a tough time. People can get a little bit down, get a little bit frustrated.
Sure.
Any words of wisdom or words of solace or comfort that you might want to offer to your peers?
Yeah. I would say it's the little things, right? I think the best thing, with the absence of knowing what the next 10 steps are going to be, just do the next best step. And so for us as an organization, we've incorporated, last week, we actually had our first virtual happy hour, which was very fun, where we got everybody on Zoom and did, what you drinking, what you thinking. Those types of things I think are very fun. But to me, it's all about having a good attitude. We can't change what's going on. And so for me, I would say for any of the other leaders, the best thing I can recommend is have a great attitude and help your people through it. We're all struggling in this time, but I think that the most important thing we can do is make sure we focus on each other, being able to have a good conversation and care about people more than just business. But I also think that it's actually a great opportunity for people to retool or rebuild for what's going to come as we reopen the economy and things come forward. I think it's an opportunity for a lot of us to serve our teams, but also to have a bigger service to our AV community. So for me, the best thing I can recommend is to go ahead and have a great attitude and let's soldier through it together.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's not just about crisis mitigation or problem management. It's also about planning for the future, recognizing that this too shall pass. And we need to future-proof ourselves and get ourselves in a position so that when this does pass, we can take advantage of all this strategizing we can be doing, new partnerships we can be forging, new business directions we can be exploring. Sure. We need to get ourselves ready for a posture when it's not about crisis management, but about thriving.
You bet. And one of the things that we're planning for, and again, if anybody wants to reach out and just have some thought conversation, please feel free to. I'm always available, and you can email me and we can set something up. But I would say that one of the things that we're starting to tool for, we've started a program I call the next 50 days. And so what we're focusing on over the next 50 days is how do we prepare ourselves for what the economy will look like on June 1st so that we can retool and thrive starting on June 1st. We know it's going to look different. We know things are going to be different. But for example, if you are a production company and there's no gigs that you can help in the summer months, well, it's an opportunity to retool and consider, okay, well, how are churches going to go back to services? Well, are they going to do more drive-in theaters? Is there a way that you can serve that? Are the universities going to, rather than have large lecture halls, are they going to maybe do campus learning? And some of that's through video, but some of it maybe is going to be in the courtyard at the university, and they're going to have a large PA and practice social distancing. What I would say is reach out to your normal customers and ask them, hey, what do you think is going to happen this fall? What are you going to do this fall? And then we as an AV community can actually rally around and provide those solutions. To me, it's exciting because it's a way for us to continue to evolve and serve what's in the core of all of us, which is being together.
Absolutely. I think that's a great note to end on. I really do appreciate you taking the time, Joshua, and I look forward to better days for the industry. We can all be together physically and enjoy this mind sharing in a communal environment. But thank you so much for taking the time, for sharing your insights, and we really do appreciate it. Stay well.
You bet. Thank you, Dan.